video of English Solutions for Business and Life. Today we will be looking at the Unit 7 in the Global Pre-Intermediate book, and we will be focusing on vocabulary. So, in this unit, we will look at prepositions of time and time expressions. Now, this vocabulary unit, or the vocabulary in this unit, is quite short, so this video is not going to be that long. So let's start with prepositions of time. Prepositions of time are used before we say the time something is happening. Now, there are three different prepositions of time: in, on, and at. And each of these follow a certain set of rules, and you use each of these with different times, different kinds of time. So, for example, let's start with in. The rules for in are as follows. We use in for months, times of the day, seasons, and specific years. Now, we use on for days, like days of the week, or dates, specific dates, like when you say the month and the day of the month. Now, we use at. Let's move this here. For specific times in the day, like hours and minutes. And certain time expressions. So these are certain exceptions that go with at. So let me show you a few examples. Here I have a list of different times, and we're going to decide whether they go with in, on, or at. So let's start with the afternoon. We said that the afternoon, for example, is a time of the day. So where would it go? It would go with in, right here. So we would say in the afternoon. Now, what about night? We don't say in night. We could say in the night, but for just night without the, we would say at. That's an exception. We say at night for this time expression. We also say at the weekend. Let me just add that over here. At the weekend. Now, what about 6 o'clock? Well, 6 o'clock is a specific time of the day. Now, it's different to times of the day because 6 o'clock is specific, like I said. It's an hour or an hour and minutes. So we say at with this specific time. What about Monday? We can't say in Monday or at Monday. Why? Because it's a day. It's a day of the week. We would say on Monday, like we saw already with these rules. April. What is April? April is a month. So we say in April. 1995 is a year. So we would say also in 1995. Now, what about February 27th? February 27th. That's a date. It has a month, and a day of the month. So we would say on February 27th, because we use on for days of the week and specific dates. And lastly, summer. Summer is a season, so we would say in summer, or in winter, or in spring, because we use in for months, times of the day, seasons, and years. Now we review. In is for months, times of the day, seasons, and years. On is for days, dates, specific dates with months and days of the month. At is for specific times of the day, like an hour and minutes sometimes. And certain time expressions, I already said, for example, at night or at the weekend. Okay, so those were the prepositions of time, in, on, and at. Now let's look at some expressions. These are vocabulary that we saw in this unit. Time expressions. Now, let's look at the list. There were 5 in this unit. The first one being spend time. Spend can also be translated or used as use. Well, use is a synonym of spend. So spend time is how you use your time, how you spend your time. You can spend your time by watching TV, playing video games, or doing other activities during the day. So how you spend your time is how you use your time doing something. Next word, or the next expression, was overtime. Overtime. Let's look at it like this. This green box is the time that you work, or that your boss tells you to work, that you have to do every day. So you fill that up with your time by working, but sometimes there is something important that you have to do. So you have to work over that time. Could be extra time. Extra time. So this expression is normally used at work. You work overtime. Now let's look at another expression. Save time. To save time. That means that you don't spend too much time doing something. You save time by not doing things that are not important, or spending very little time on things that are not very important. So you save time. So you spend less time on an activity so that you can spend that time, the spare time, somewhere else. Now, what is a waste of time? A waste of time. Waste is something that you do not need. It would normally go in the trash bin. Now, when we're talking about a waste of time, it's an activity that is not important, and that if you spend your time on that activity, it's like you're throwing your time to the trash, because it's not very important. So again, it's an activity that is not useful or important. Lastly, free time. Having free time means that you saved time, or you worked, and now you have extra time to do leisure activities. So it's not like overtime, because overtime means that you keep working. Free time means that you stop working and now you can relax or do leisure activities. In other words, it's time that isn't busy, or time in which you are not busy. So those were the time expressions. We also saw some vocabulary in this book about money, verb phrases talking about money. But those are very simple, like cash, a check, coins, credit card, notes, purse or wallet. So these are not going to be included in this video. I hope you understood the vocabulary talked about in this video. If you have any more questions, make sure you ask your teacher about it. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.